Today's shave is one where I am super tired. It's with a Wolfman. It's a WR1. It's the standard gap, which is 0.61. And you can see the teeth, so that means it's an open comb. The blade we're going to put in it is Astra Super Platinum. This looks like it's had roughly 9 shaves on it. Swapping back to a younger blade. Lately I've been using the feather. Racking up some uses on that one. This is a tired shave, so I'm just going to get her done. Okay, as usual, we will just lift up the top cap. This razor has these rails right there that really help the blade to stay exactly where it should. Once it starts to move the head, I drop my hand away so I don't get cut, and then slowly tighten it up, and it holds the blade really well every single time. It should be a nice, comfortable cutter. It's a good blade for me and other razors too, but you never know, blades are just that way, right? The soap we're going to use today is from Black Ship Grooming, Gap and Dark Side. It has leather, ozone, amber, blackberry, and one other one that I was kind of iffy about. So the leather definitely comes through, and I'm really happy about that. I'm hoping for the blackberry to really stand out, maybe the ozone. It's a definitely a different colored soap, kind of gray. A mottled gray color. It's pretty soft. It's very easy to dent with your fingers. The brush we're going to use today is a Boar. I'm cycling through my Boar brushes. And this is the Zenith B10. It's got quite the bristles are all clumping together right now, but it's got quite a good count of bristles, and so it feels great on the face. And this one's only, 6 uses old or something, and it's very comfortable, very enjoyable. It's on the top of my list of these ones I'm using. But before we start that, let me splash my face with some water, and then we'll load up the brush. About 23 hours since my last shave. Got 2 hours of sleep last night, and then 2 days ago, 1.5. So I'm sleep deprived. So pretty much shook all the water out of there that was going to come out with gentle shaking. And so let's just load. Let's do a 30-second load up, and there's the 15-second mark right there. See how this guy works. Load until we hit 45. Light pressure, maybe medium pressure. Almost there. And there we go. It's kind of what the lather looks like early on. And I'm going to clean up the threads of this container. It is winter here right now, so the water I'm using is cold. Just go ahead and start up here. My Roger Quintero lather bowl, spirals on the inside there. Brush rest right there. It's been great. He designed it, and this is a 3D printed bowl. I'll put a link that you can follow in the description. This is the extra large version because I like a lot of room. Oh yeah. Oh, that scent's coming up nice. I like that. So without too much water, we can see plenty of activity here with the early kind of lather forms. But that's too dry. I'm I'm going to go ahead and put a teaspoon of water in there. Yeah, that leather is very forward. I think I'm picking up that ozone. Let's go ahead and add another teaspoon. Usually it's pretty safe at this point since I use a fairly, just a lightly wet brush when I start out. Pretty safe bet that most soaps are going to need 2 teaspoons. Looking pretty good. Gonna refill my syringe. So now let's just add half a teaspoon. So now we're just mixing until it kind of equalizes, till the lather stops developing, and then we'll know what kind of lather we have. And let's just do a little finger test. Pretty good cushion, slick feel, very nice protection. I can barely feel. Usually I can't feel that I have ridges on my fingerprints. That's really good. Man, that is some cold water. I'm going to add another half teaspoon. Probably not too far away. Maybe another half teaspoon, but I can take it kind of safely. Because we can always, here's one tweak, you can always add water to your face right before you put the lather on, and that's a great way to fine tune. And so sometimes I like to stop adding water a little bit earlier than I might think, because then if I happen to underestimate it, then I hit it just right. But if I get it a little bit wrong, then it's easy just to leave a little bit of water on your face after your rinses between passes. This is looking good. This is a good lather. Look at this. Now usually such spikiness, see how, look at all that, and it's got a structure that's holding itself together, holding itself up. Now usually that is an indicator for me that it needs more water. So let's go ahead and add so this is 3.5 teaspoons of water that we have in there now. And we'll just shave with this, I think. See, I love how this bowl contains all this lather without a problem. Not like, unlike the fine lather bowl in the Captain's Choice, I'm not chasing around lather, trying to keep it from spilling out. So that's one of the reasons why I like it. All right, this may be a little too dry, but let's try it out. I've added quite a bit of water. So now let's do another face splash with the water. Cool. Nice soft tips on this Boar brush. Very nice. Still does a pretty good job of scrubbing. Just does it sweetly. And there are lots of hairs, so you've got good coverage. Really happy with this brush. Nice scent. Maybe 4 out of 10 in terms of strength. Maybe 5 out of 10. Let's lay down that layer here and see. Might be a little too dry. Let's just check it out and see. Soaps are different, so it might work out. All right, Astra Platinum. I can hear it cutting and I can feel the edge, but it's really, really comfortable. So this standard gap is very nice. Nice. If you didn't know, these open combs are really great for taking down multiple days worth of growth, because they just don't have that safety bar that pushes the hair down in a lot of cases. And so the blade can stand up as it hits, as it gets mowed down. And the hair can stand up as it gets mowed down by the blade. And rinse. I like this scent. It has a very enjoyable, slick, creamy lather. Get all that extra hair out of a goatee, sorry. Alright, let's jam the brush down into the lather to fill it between the bristles. Left a little water on my face, like I mentioned. Oh yeah, that's a good scent. Leather is nice. Amber, do I smell any amber? It's, you know, it's probably doing some stuff kind of behind the scenes maybe. I can kind of see the blackberry. I wouldn't have been able to tell you that blackberry's in there if you didn't tell me already. But I like it. It's not very powerful, the blackberry. All right, quick cross grain pass. Very nice. This is a nice slick soap. You don't see it a whole lot. I like their Captain's Pipe. I've tried some of their other samples, but I can't remember any standouts. So that's 2 passes down. This is an excellent lather. It's not heavy. It's light, but it's still present. With a little bit of viscosity, a creaminess. It's a light creaminess instead of a super heavy creaminess. I'm really enjoying it. I think that's 2 passes down. I'm not really thinking clearly, so why don't we just do one more? Now this is a lather that's usually when I paint on a lather that is this thick, it kind of has some blotchy areas right here. Usually it's a little too dry and it has trouble bonding with my face surface to protect it as the blade moves across it, but also to lubricate it really well. But that's not a problem with this soap. Pretty cool. Bonding nicely. Just a light touch and picking some very strategic cross-grain strokes to get one of my toughest areas there. Before I walked in here, what I really want to do is go to sleep. But I've got some stuff that still needs to get done before I go to bed. Doesn't matter how much sleep I have or haven't had. And so I thought coming in and shaving might recharge me a little bit, especially if the water's cold, and it is. So maybe that'll work. Rinse time. So I do have a few hairs with tips on them, but everything else has got a really nice close shave, even my area here. So I'm really happy with the closeness. I mean, it's not a feather. Lately I've been doing the feather, and in many cases the feather just does a little bit better than this. But feathers also cost more. But this is still a really good shave. I mean, only somebody with their face just right up on me is going to notice. So I'm really happy. I forgot that their base was so good. Maybe I didn't dial it in before, but just excellent slickness, and the razor was so fast. The glide on this was tremendous. I like the scent very much, and I think the reason why is because I like leather, but sometimes leather gets paired with other heavy stuff, like tobacco or musk or some other things, and I think the ozone and the blackberry help to give it a little lighter quality, something maybe more approachable, not quite as thick, and so I really enjoyed what happened there. I mean, yeah, I probably back off in the amber. Sometimes I don't like amber, but I really like the scent. Pretty cool. My wife probably won't like it, but that's okay. This is a soap, and so the soap's not designed to smell on me very long. I'll switch to Executive Man, or one of the other Aventus dupes, or Sharp Dressed Man, the Green Irish Tweed dupes. Those are ones that we both enjoy. So, how much lather do we have left after this? Quite a bit. 2 or 3 passes. And this is a great, nicely hydrated lather. Looks tremendous. This brush just did super during this shave. How much water did we use up? 3.5 teaspoons. So, cleanup time for me. Fair warning, here's this B10, and I actually made a modification to it. It had these 2 ridges going all the way around this valley, and they were kind of right angle ridges. They were a little sharper than that, and they really kind of dug into my skin. I didn't like them at all. I just couldn't believe that people shaved with that. Maybe you get used to it. But I took a Dremel and buffed them on down, took a piece of sandpaper. It's definitely not done yet. It doesn't look very, very good, but I just keep enjoying it and using it instead of taking it to the garage and working on it. So there's a slight alteration I made. Otherwise, I probably would not be able to use this brush. But the knot is so nice, I probably would just break the handle off of the knot, give it another home and another handle. All right, just got to finish dropping this on the towel. I guess it's probably slowly expanding as it gets broken in. I'm really happy that I got this Zenith brush as part of a bulk purchase. Some guy probably just threw it in because they're not very expensive, but I think it bats way above its pay grade in terms of the Boar market. I think it probably gives some badgers a run for their money too. Pretty neat. I'm looking forward to watching this guy grow and watching those hairs split to get even softer. So here's that pretty cool soap lid, Darth Vader kind of theme. Darth Vader mixed with pirates, I guess. Pretty wild. Nice. So the Astra Super Platinum did really well in this razor. Nice combination. Not super slick. I mean, not just, it doesn't cut through your hair like butter, but you feel the blade just a little bit, but it still cuts really well. No dragging, tugging, any of that, pulling. Very happy. Good face feel. I don't see really any redness. My usual little spot right there, but I don't even feel it. It just kind of happens there. Nothing, yeah, very comfortable shave. So, wow, yeah, that black chip grooming's got a good base. So, all is cleaned up. It's a good shave. Definitely endorse the base from Black Ship Grooming. Really happy with that. So, I think we'll sign off. Hope there was something here for you. Take care. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. Good night.